I recently started rewatching the Planet of the Apes collection. It's a fun watch, and I thought it'd be fun to imagine what it'd look like if Dr. Zaius was giving today's lessons, namely that women are entirely sexual creatures. The orangutan starts his lesson with a bunch of college-age chimpanzees. He points to a poster of a human woman. The human woman, he says, does not respond to the man's genius. They don't respond to the man's intellectualism. She only responds to his sexuality. He continues, you see, man by the end of the 20th century had been conditioned that his masculinity was bad, that his sexuality was toxic, and was socially taboo, except in the most controlled of conditions. In this manner, the population started to decline rapidly in developed countries. Only the men that were able to resist these sociological and psychological training were able to express enough sexuality to mate with the women of that era. At this point, a promising young chimpanzee stands up as she says, Professor, let's say a human woman invites a young man to spend time with her. She is wearing provocative clothing. She spent hours doing her hair and makeup to entice him. Us civilized apes would recognize in a heartbeat that the woman is explicitly trying to have a sexual encounter with him. But you're making it sound as if the 20th century man would not be able to sense it. Zaius, in his excitement that his students were starting to understand, almost shouts, that's exactly what I'm saying. In this time period, men would naturally be interested in sex, but because his own sexuality was repressed, his desirelessness was keeping him desperate. Just then, another bright young chimp chimed in. But we know human beings did survive. Surely some men were able to express their sexuality and reproduce. Did they have harems where only the top economic earners were able to reproduce? Were they monogamous? Did they have to fight other men for the opportunity to mate? Zaius says, whoa there. Let's attack this one at a time. Yes, humans did survive, but there was a massive depopulation. Yes, we can talk about all the reasons. They changed their hormones with pharmacology. There was an explosion of economic development, and the human woman didn't need to couple with human men in order to finance children. Some rich men were so awkward that they got no sex at all. If they had any relationship with one, it was parasitical. Some poor men were so sexually vivacious that women felt powerless to his allure. In fact, I have a historical video that demonstrates quite the opposite of what you could imagine the case for a wealthy human man having exclusive access to human women would be.
Damn. Damn good.
Oh, wait, the polycule guy or the 4-year relationship guy?
The 4-year relationship guy was like high school.
Who's the homeless dude?
The polycule guy.
He's living in a hearse?
Uh-huh.
Nice. So he lives in a hearse, so you guys would be having sex
No,
in a hearse.
they'd come to my house. I have some self-respect.
They would come to your house in a hearse that they're living in. You got some self-respect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Young or old, the only men that were able to copulate were those that were able to express their sexuality. Men that were successful at this would optimize their looks, dropping their body fat to a lean 15%, grooming their hair to a full and masculine configuration, and dressing in the finest garments to express to women their keen interest in sexuality. Not only that, their mannerisms, their words, expressed both indirectly and directly that they had a penis. Now giggling, 2 of the girl chimpanzees say to each other, I can't believe men would spend time with women and she would have no idea that he was interested in sex with her. Overhearing this chatter, Dr. Zaius interrupts again. Imagine the ape woman being approached by an ape man, but instead of making his interest in sexuality known from the onset, he talked about his favorite pastime, his love of physics, and his pet humans. Apes would quickly go extinct. In school and work, of course, we focus on those things, but outside, apes have a highly evolved understanding of copulation. We are instantly, by we, by word, deed, and innuendo, unequivocally alert when someone is wanting to mate. All the apes in the room erupt in a howling laughter. Now, moving away from my silly story here, men, if we want a lab partner, then fine, we can find a woman who's interested in politics or physics. But if we want a woman for her sexuality, then we have to embrace that which makes us sexual beings. We must eschew the cultural programming that would have us be nice guys. Do the action things that you love. But when you talk to women, talk about making love. Sexualize yourself in your appearance and your actions, and women will come to you. By the way, I took some creative liberty with the Planet of the Apes storyline, but since it was released in 1968, and it's a pivotal moment in sci-fi cinema, you're really doing yourself a disservice if you haven't seen it. That's all I got for now. Thanks so much for watching, and take care. We'll see you next time.